Welcome in, everyone. Um, Welcome. I'm getting the broadcast set up. I wanted to come live because I had this epiphany that is on my spirit that I need to get out. And so I said, let me go ahead and get live very quickly. This is not a popular topic or anything like that, but it is a lesson from life, from the universe, from the Divine Mother that I received this morning. And I said, you know what? I need to share this with people. And so come in and bear with me. Um, give me just a second. I'm just setting up the broadcast, getting the apples on the screen. I'm also going to get the what do you call this? The captions down at the bottom. Yeah. I am, gardening has changed my life. I've been thinking about doing a book on the lessons I've learned from the garden, but I'm like, but I keep getting this push to create this book about the lessons I've gotten from the garden, but I'm like, who would want a book like that? But the message, but it keeps coming to me to create this book, and I'm like, it's so niche. You know what I mean? It's like, because I remember when I used to see people gardening in the past, I used to be like, oh, this is so corny. What is she talking about? What? I have a friend who is an urban gardener, and I used to be like, what is she talking about? She used to show pictures of her fruit, and I'd be like, what is this? And I just would just turn away. It just never connected for me. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. So I don't know why Spirit is telling me to create a book on this because it just seems like something that not many people would really even want, and like it would be a labor of love. Maybe I could just do it as a labor of love. I don't know. But I gotta press that again. I missed my code. Um I don't even know if it's inspiration or not. It's just life lessons that I've learned from gardening, and I didn't know that this would happen to me. I didn't know that I would start gardening and then I would get downloads from the universe. I didn't know that. So I have a message for you all today that I have to get out. Give me 1 second. Let me just get the broadcast up and running because I have this message that is on my spirit and I have to get this out. Maybe I could do an ebook. Maybe you're right. Maybe an ebook is the way. Thank you, Rakaya. I appreciate that. First of all, is it Rakaya or Rakia? We're not live on every channel yet, I just wanted to get that confirmation from you. All right. So, there is also another mode of business that I want to do. But I wonder if I should try to do it right now. You know, yeah, hold on. Let's see. Sapanga's saying I would do it just to ground. You know what? Maybe I really should. It's not going to be a long book. Um, but maybe this is something that I can do just to get it out because I keep having this calling to do this, right? Because I can't even imagine marketing something like this. I'm gonna be like, listen, these are life lessons I learned from the garden. You know? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Let me just make sure that the text went out to everyone because it's early. I've been awake since 2 o'clock in the morning, just working on things. I have a survey that I want you all to take for the t-shirts that I'm working on, but I need to add, oh, the text. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, the text went out. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Let's go ahead and get live on every platform. And then during the break, what I'll do is I'll update the survey and then I'll send it to you all so that you can take it. So Angeline, yes, I'm doing t-shirts and I want people to survey on what you want on your t-shirt because I have several different sayings that I want you all to vote on. All right, so let's go ahead and get live on every platform. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, we're live on YouTube. So welcome, 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 welcome. All right. I am your host, Tonya TKO. I am a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I show you, on this channel, we demonstrate what self-love looks like by showcasing viral video topics and seeing what self-love does or does not look like in these videos. Recently, I've started gardening, and gardening has changed my life in so many ways. And I was outside in the garden yesterday, and I received a message from the universe. And I've been feeling inspired to write a book with the lessons that I've learned from the garden, because the garden has taught me many life lessons about myself, about you, about me, about life, about the world, about all of this stuff really being full circle, right? And so today, this morning's download is a message that I received yesterday. So we grow tomatoes every year, and every year we have a bounty of tomatoes. This year I was like, you know what? Because last year I was eating tomato salsa, tomato soup, chili. I was any and everything that you can think of. Pastas, and I don't even like pasta, so but I was making tomato sauce because we had so many tomatoes. So this year I said, you know what? I'm going to get a lot of canning jars, and I'm going to can up these tomatoes. I'm going to make tomato paste. I'm going to make jarred tomato sauce. I'm going to do all of this stuff, right? But this year we had a problem. We got blight. And you know what? I didn't take pictures of the blight because the blight is really ugly. So basically with the blight, the leaves turn yellow and they get brown spots, and then it starts to shrivel and die. The blight attacks the whole plant. So I never took pictures of it because I didn't know what was going on. We'd never had blight before, but we tried this mulch from a big box store, and also I used a tarp, a breathable corn soaked tarp to stop the weeds, but nonetheless, right? Blight is a fungus that will kill your plants. They attack tomato plants, they attack potato plants, and they attack the lower leaves. Blight comes when the leaves are left wet, especially at night, and they start to condense and the fungus begins to spread. If left unchecked, this blight will destroy your entire plant. It'll destroy your entire crop. Not only that, the crops that are growing close together, this blight will reach out and it'll touch the other plants and destroy them too, almost like a pandemic, right? But nonetheless, I've been trying to get rid of this blight. I've been using neem. I've been spraying. And so it was under control for a few weeks. And I had not been spraying. I only sprayed the neem once. And I was like, okay, this is under control. But then another outbreak happened. And yesterday, I was in the garden. And I was communicating with these plants, telling them, listen, you got to fight, because you have to cut off the leaves and the branches because the fungus overtakes the plant. You cannot mulch it, you cannot compost it, you have to get rid of it because that fungus can live in the dirt, right? And I came upon this plant, this tomato plant. And this, how do I put this? You know how people say bad in, bad out? If the foundation is bad, then what comes out is bad. I learned, this goes against what it is that we've learned. I learned yesterday, you can get a healthy fruit from a sick plant. Did you know that? You can get a healthy fruit from a sick plant. Because I'm here cutting off these leaves and I'm talking to the plant and I'm like, listen, you got to fight. You got to grow more leaves because one plant, all of the leaves were sick. I had to cut off everything, right? And there is this internal programming in nature to survive. And we've been talking a lot about transgender and all this other stuff, right? About how people can pretend to be a different gender or they think they were born in the wrong body. And we grew pumpkins. And I learned this year the difference between a male flower and a female flower. I've showed this to you. If you have not seen it, on my Instagram page, I have pictures up of the garden. Don't worry, I'm going to add more pictures soon. I keep saying that, but I need to. I'm going to do it because the plants are more mature than even the last pictures. The female fruit, the female flower is the one that houses the fruit. Every single piece of fruit that we have comes from the female, every piece. People can say what it is that they want about their sex and their gender and all of this other stuff, but nature has already decided who does what and how. So I'm in the garden and I'm cutting off these leaves and I'm telling this plant, I'm like, listen, you got to fight. You got to push out more leaves. You got to push out more branches because I'm cutting you down and you're going to have to push out more. And I saw a perfect tomato, perfect. And I said, how can this be? We've all been taught that if you're sick, what you produce is sick, right? But I learned yesterday that there is an internal fight to survive. That a sick plant can push out healthy fruit. Because in that plant's coding, that plant wants to live. That plant wants to survive. That plant wants better than what it is that it has. And as that plant is dying, that plant is producing healthy fruit. As that plant, and I said, you know what? This is mother right here. Listen, listen, listen. I said, this is mother right here. When I saw that plant being taken under by this fungus and it pushed out healthy fruit, even to its own detriment, it produced from its loin something healthy as it was dying. And I said, this I said, this is the nature of mother. This. There are many people who won't understand, but there are many who will. When I saw that plant being taken under by the fungus as it was dying, it pushed out healthy fruit. Because this plant said, even if I die, I will protect that which I have created. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. The nature of mother, the energy of mother, the vibration of mother is that which, even to her own detriment, listen, even to her own detriment, she protects the fruit of her womb. Listen to me. Those of you who understand, understand. A man could never understand this impulse of mother. and so disrespectful they are to the feminine divine that they think if they put on some lashes, slap on some foundation, and wear a weave, get some surgeries, that then they are women, and they are not. The energy of mother is the energy of creation. When I saw this plant being taken under by the fungus, and it pushed out healthy fruit, I thought about the trailer park that I slept on 3 nights when I was living in my car. I was on a trailer park. And I saw this cherub, this little white, fat-faced, chubby baby on a trailer park. And I thought to myself, how? I saw it was when I saw it was a little girl was holding up this fat-faced, chubby cherub in a trailer park. And when you see this cherub's mother riddled with disease, undertaken by methamphetamines, right? But she pushed out this little fat, I don't know what she did when she was pregnant, because when I saw her, the baby had already been born. And the baby wasn't crying as if it was addicted to anything. It was a fat, fake cherub, so rosy, so plump. And I said, this right here is the future. And I said, this right here is the promise of tomorrow, because white people know that they have within their DNA the ability to walk undetected, that they came from a trailer park in this world, that they could land up on Wall Street and nobody would ever know that their mother was a skinny jean wearing with little bejeweled stuff on her jeans, teeth missing, ponytail to the side, walking up and down in a frenzy on the trailer park woman. They would never know. They would never know. And this is the nature of mother, the creation of something better than what it is that you were, and the protection of that creation from your loins, because from you comes tomorrow. I realized when I saw this plant being undertaken by the fungus and it pushed out healthy fruit, I realized the sacrifice that mother makes to her detriment to make sure that her children eat, to make sure that her children live, to make sure that her children survive, to make sure that her children can find a better way and a better day. The sacrifice of mother that comes naturally ingrained in her DNA, so that even as this plant, listen to what it is that I'm saying, even as this plant is being undertaken by the fungus, it pushed out healthy fruit, blemish free, as the disease took it under. It protected that which it had created. Even as its stem bent over, destroyed from the blight, that this plant as its stem was being undertaken, it uprooted nutrients from the soil to its fruit. It grew that fruit from itself and hung it from its stem. And it kept away that which was harming it and pushed that what it needed into it. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. Can you hear what it is that I'm saying? If you hear what it is that I'm saying. If you hear what it is that I'm saying, put up a 1. If you think what I'm saying is pure foolishness, put up a 0. I want to see who out there hears me and who can't hear. 1 and 0. If you hear me, put up a 1. If you really, really hear me, do 1, 1, 1. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. And the reason why I'm making this video this morning, right? The reason why I'm making the video this morning is because I just came back in from the garden and I saw something. Oh, let's see, the numbers are coming in. All right. Yeah, you hear me. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. You hear me. You hear me. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So it seems like everyone is hearing me. Okay. All right. Let's go forward. The reason why I'm making the video this morning is because I went out to the garden this morning and we are growing tomato plants in containers, right? 20-gallon containers, but we're growing tomato plants in them. And the tomato plants haven't been doing well because I had everything together. And so these tomato plants because I wanted to water them at the same time, so I had these tomato plants that were grown in container. I had them near the ones that were in the ground, and the leaves had reached over and touched the container tomato plants, and the container tomato plants had gotten blight as well. I moved them away, but by then it was too late. And the season is coming to a close, and I went outside this morning, and it is chilly, almost cold, right, in New York. We're in zone 7, so at this time of year, the season is changing. We're heading into Labor Day, and it's cold in the mornings. So I saw these tomato plants inside the containers, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and kill these plants because the season is ending. They have blight. They're not recovering from the blight, and I don't want to continue to invest in them. And then I saw something. So I was like, you know what? Before I kill them, let me go ahead and spray them with some neem and see if I can at least get the blight under control in these smaller plants, because the plants never really grew, right? But I saw something. Let me show you what I saw, right? Let me show you what I saw. Okay. So this right here is the tomato plant in a container. You see the leaves are curled up. It's not doing very well, right? But I saw this morning. Look at what I saw. Look at that. Do you see that? You see that? What was that? It pushed out a flower that even as it's struggling, that even as it's struggling to survive, it pushed out a flower. And so I said, no, I can't kill these plants. I'm going to let them live. It pushed out a flower. It hadn't grown. It had not been able to. It had not created. Well, it had created flowers, but the blight was so bad. The flowers dried up. The flowers fell off. But like I said, I'm trying to cure this blight, and it pushed a flower. And you see, this don't look like it's. You can see that don't look like it's doing well. That looks like it's hurting, right? But it pushed a flower, and I said, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a chance. And I decided to continue to nurture it and let it live. So, yeah, the nature of mother, the sacrifice of mother, the self-sacrifice, the to our own detriment, what it is that we do to protect the future. And people say that men are protectors and providers, and other people are combating and saying that men only protect that which they feel that they own or that which they feel is theirs. Whereas the nature of mother, the nature of woman, is to provide that protection out to those in need. You know, I wasn't going to say this. Well, I was, then I decided I wasn't, but then I decided that I'm going to go ahead and say it. When I saw that flower, when I saw the tomato plant being undertaken by the fungus, pushing out healthy fruit, I thought about my mother, who found out from the doctors that she was dying around the time that I had gotten my acceptance letters to college. And my mother rejoiced with me, and she did not tell me that she was dying. So much so that my sophomore year, I received a phone call that she was dead. And I think about how she sat with that news in silence. Because as she was dying, her daughter was getting acceptance letters to college. And she had a choice. Do I tell my daughter that I'm dying and risk her not going after her dream, not going away to college, not stepping in line in her path? Or do I keep that to myself and suffer in silence? And my mother kept it to herself. As I was getting my acceptance letters, I rejoiced with her. And I went off to college. And my sophomore year, I hadn't seen my mother in months when I got the call that she was dead. And whenever I think low of myself, right? Whenever I think low of myself and whenever I think that I can't do it and I can't make it, I think about my mother who believed in me so that she would hide her news from me so that I could have a chance at the life that I felt that I wanted. She hid her news. And so whenever I feel like stumbling or faltering, I think about the woman who held that secret and suffered in silence so that I could be the first girl child to graduate from college in her grandmother's or in her mother's lineage, father's too. 'Cause see, we are daughters of the enslaved. And whenever somebody comes to me and tells me, "Oh, Tonya, you're a transplant, or Tonya, you're Jamaican, you don't know this and you don't know that. I think about my mother, Southern born, daughters of the enslaved, and I know where I come from. I know what the woman before me had to deal with. I know what her mother before her had to deal with. Before that, I don't know. But I know that in this country it was not easy. I know in this country it was not easy. And so when she had the choice to make between the first girl child to have a chance to graduate from college, and you know what? I I I did go on to become the first. I did. I I let nothing stop me. I let nothing stop me. I let nothing, I let nothing stop me. And I went on to become the first girl child. I went on to become the first girl child to graduate from college. I let nothing stop me. Nothing got in my way. And there were obstacles. But when I tell you I was like a hurdle runner, and I may have stumbled and I may have fallen, but I did not stop. I got up and I did what needed to be done. When my mother died, I stumbled. When decisions came and I had to choose different paths, I stumbled. When I had to sacrifice and make difficult decisions, I stumbled. But I let nothing, I let nothing get in my way. Nothing. Nothing. So yeah. Whenever you feel like you can't make it, whenever your head feels heavy and your heart feels low, and you don't know if you got what it takes to continue on, I want you to remember this right here. This is from my book of affirmation, Self-Love. I want you to say, I am. the manifestation of an ancestor's dream. I want you to say that right now. Out loud. I want every single person, wherever it is that you are, if you can hear the sound of my voice and you have the ability to speak, even if you have to whisper, I want you to say out loud. And then I want you to write it down. Put pen to paper or pencil to paper, not type in your phone, but take your hand manually and write it down. I want you to say, I am. I am. The manifestation of an ancestor's dream. Of an ancestor's dream. I want you to say that. And I want you to let that sit on your spirit. What does that mean to you? What were the ancestors going through when the people had to make the decision of whether to lay down, regardless of what was taking them under, of whether to lay down and bring forth life? Listen to what it is that I'm saying. When they had to make that decision, despite how difficult things were around them, despite how battered and beat down and riddled with disease they were, despite how downtrodden, despite how overrun, despite how dilapidated, deteriorated, despite how forlorn, even destitute, despite what it is that they were going through, they came together and brought forth life, which brought forth life, which brought forth life, which brought forth life, and brought forth you. Listen. I just had to listen. Which brought forth life, which brought forth life, which brought forth you. That somewhere along the line, one of your ancestors had the inclination, had the vision that no matter how bad things are right now, I am going to bring forth healthy fruit. Listen. No matter how things are right now, I'm going to bring forth healthy fruit. And so that is my message for today. I want you all to do me a favor. I want you all to take a survey. I'm getting some t-shirts made, and I want you all to vote on the sayings of the t-shirt. We're going to take a quick break while I get the link for the survey. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up the video, share the video if you feel that someone can benefit from this. If there's a part of this video that you feel that I should chop into a smaller bit, give me the timestamp in the comments and I'll chop it into a smaller bit to make it easier for you to share that part. All right? So, all right, so we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, I'm going to have this survey link for you all. If you want a t-shirt, if you want to vote on the t-shirt, just please stay tuned. I'm going to be back in 3 minutes. Thank you. All right, we're back. So let me give you this link real quick. Here. I'm gonna post it inside the chat area. I've been crying, my face is all messed up now. But it is what it is, right? Here. So copy, paste. All right, so I just put the form in there so that you all can take the survey for the t-shirts. So if you could please go ahead and take some moments to go ahead and do that right now. Oh, big hugs to everyone who has lost a loved one. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Okay, so let's see. Responses, link to sheets, create. All right. So if you're on the text notification squad, you can take this one again because I've changed some of the options based on your feedback in the survey that you all took behind the scenes yesterday. So if you want to take this one again, you can. Well, this is a different one. This is the one for the public. You all did the one that I did last night, and there was some issues because the I had a circular loop because I used some quiz logic, and so there was a circular loop last night. So this one is the public one with everything fixed, and so I want you all to. So Wanda is saying I did the survey last night. Well, you can go ahead and do this new survey because this is the one with the things corrected. So last night there were some mistakes. So you can take it again. You can take it again because I added Boom Boom into my room on there as well as SLL for self-love lessons. And so those were some of the ones that people said that they wanted. So based on the feedback, I went and added those to the survey to see if the general public wants that too. So yeah, so the link is there. I'm gonna see if I can update the description of this video. Okay, so this is for t-shirts survey, and then here. There's the thing, and so update, let's see, hopefully we'll update it. So basically, I'm creating t-shirts, and I am working with a typographer designer to be able to create the typography. I have one design done so far, and this is it right here. So we're going to have a t-shirt that says boondoggle on it. We're going to have a t-shirt that says boondoggle on it. And so, yeah. And so this is a preliminary design. And so it's basically going to be a t-shirt that has the definition of boondoggle on it with a sentence as we use it here on the show. I'm looking forward to that shirt because I do say boondoggle a lot. And from the moment that I heard that word, I knew that was the word for me. Okay, so I see that you all are completing the survey. Let me go over and look at some of the responses for the survey. Oh, I need to take this off the screen because people's email addresses are in there. So let me, okay, so it looks like 60% of you. Here, I can just move from the email addresses here. So this is what it's showing, right? I would like a custom t-shirt. One person went to take the survey to say no. So it looks like 66% of the people said yes. 31% said depends. 100% of the people who have taken the survey have been women. And these are the ones that are most popular. Boondoggle is coming in at number 1, tied with FLY, First Love Yourself, right? Boondoggle is now up, is creating a bigger lead. Then SLL, Self Love Lesson. Also, people are liking 1010 with the boxing glove for the text notification squad. Let's see. As long as I am with myself and then I'm in good company, that's coming in at second place with, oh wow, it's moving dynamically as we speak. The races are on. Let's see. Wow, this is going by quick. So it looks like Boondoggle is number 1, tied with First Love Yourself, which is FLY. Okay. So, let me ask you all a question. I'm curious. You know what? Let us leave this video, and then we're going to come right back and just do t-shirt survey video. That way I can have it in the description, and this video is not too long. Otherwise, we're going to be here for 2 hours, and we're going to be talking about something different. So let's end this, and then text notification squad, you all are going to get a notification right after this. So pay attention to that. I'm going to stop this broadcast and then start again. So those of you who are awake with me, just come on and let's come right back. Just keep refreshing. As soon as I end this, I'm starting another broadcast. And I'm going to be live on all channels automatically. So I'm not even going to do the whole setup. We're just going to automatically just go back live. All right. See you all in 2 and 2. Peace.